Hi there. Welcome to the Light Language channel. I'm Charlie. I'm pretty sure that this particular video is just going to be me talking. Gonna just checking in. Everybody cool with that? Correct. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be talking. If that's not your thing and you don't necessarily want to be here, oh God, there's sunlight in my eyes. All right, we're just going. Even though I have like my Gaia hat on, it's not really, hi baby. It's not really that. That's not what this is. Um, Daily videos, it's going to be all over the place. I'm recording this Friday, the 28th. I am in the midst of finishing up Myriam's Quest for this week for Patreon, patreon.com/Myriam's Quest. And I'm in the middle of a very specific um, scene, and I both don't want to spoil it, and also I have to a little bit. Um, Whatever. But I'm just having feelings, nerves about putting a very specific type of character in here, and I just want to tell you about it because I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm sort of operating under the let's hope that my intention is well received in the event that it ever is received, right? Um, this is kind of the beauty of writing things without a particularly large audience, but it's also the one of the harder parts about it. Mabel, seriously, she's been quiet for this whole time, or playing, or doing whatever. I get on this, and she's like, now I've been conditioned to go into my crate every time you get on here. I'm gonna just try talking through this. If she gets really hold, please. I'm sorry. I should just like start this over again, but again, take your break. Take your break. I'm gonna put my dog on. Want to hear these? Okay. Thank you. I know this time there's no treat. And why? Why is there no treat this time? Because I'm really trying to iteratively do a thing and then take it back and then take it. I don't know, trying to change it around because she's very specific in the things that in the things that she knows how to do. Anyway, writing. Okay. So yes, often for Miriam's Quest, I don't actually sit down and start writing until the Thursday or Friday before, and it comes out Saturday morning. It's a gamble, obviously. You could argue that it's being like a procrastinator, but I'm channel writing this, and so I have it sort of as an established thing. And I myself am trying to get out of sort of the entirely classically conditioned way of doing things. But I also don't want to get too far ahead of myself because I'm just enjoying the process of it. And in this particular week, what our adventurers are assigned to do is get to know the town that they're in because this is a slow burn, right? Like I said, the sun is painful. So you're just going to be looking at Hat and listening to this because it's basically a podcast. Me talking about my writing and struggles therein. Because one character, actually, okay, so there are three characters based on real people. And then, well, okay, four, I guess. Only two of them are people that I know. One of them is based on Randy. One of them is based on me, kind of. Two of them are based on a YouTuber and her husband, and then the other two, they are yet to be determined. Okay, just other characters, right? Possibly are, you know, like inspired by other people. I'm not at all attempting to create people as characters in this. Um, I also kind of am. What do people do in these situations? I guess they ask permission. That's what I should probably be doing. Um, I'm just trying to write it though, and really, these are the characters that I saw before I was like, oh, right. Yeah. So the character that I'm having a real struggle with is I want for my tea shop owner to be Rachel and Nick. I am a fan of Rachel Maxey's. I've talked about that on this. I've been a fan of hers since she started doing YouTube. And I had a coworker who, upon meeting me, introduced me to her channel by telling me that I reminded the coworker of Rachel, was like, "You remind me of this YouTuber, how you talk and things." I was like, "What?" I watched her stuff and I was like, "Okay, that's the biggest compliment anyone has ever given me, and it's not even remotely true." I'm like, no, I mean, okay, a little bit, but not, right? Obviously. And but it was it was a deep compliment. If anyone ever compares you to like Rachel Maxey, take it as the compliment that it is, right? Um, and so for the video game, because that was such a long-term thought thought project, right? I I basically had the long-term plan of, okay, well, I'll just write it in. I think this is the same way people make movies, right? They have a character in mind and they just hope that the casting will happen and they just write it for that. Um, and that maybe by then we would have more structure in place, more things, maybe followers, like maybe actually like enough of something, so, and capital, so that I could go to Rachel Maxey and say, "Hi, have you ever collaborated on just designing an interior space for a video game and also maybe your character? Because I'm sorry, but also I want this to be a fan like project a little bit. Every creator that I've been personally inspired by, I wanted them to be represented in the video game. That still might be a thing that happens. I kind of hope so because like creativity from one person inspires creativity for me, and then I hope I inspire creativity for others or something. Um, and I feel so weird about it because it is technically fan art, but this is now at this point fan art that people do pay for. It is a Patreon. It's the thing I'm doing for Patreon, but I'm very clear about the fact that Patreon is just the only avenue I have right now for supporting any of the work that I do. You can get an Akashic record reading from me, but not everybody wants that. I have a PayPal donation button on my website, but like, at least this way you get something. And yes, you get just continued adventures from these characters that I channel right from the Akashic realm. So it's cool. I don't really want to change it because it will impact things. And honestly, even before this, like the whole maximalism, like aesthetic and just everything, that is literally what, it's a cozy game. It's got cozy characters. It's got kind of everything in it. And so yeah, this isn't me necessarily asking permission, but Rachel, hi, if you happen to be watching this somehow, can I please use your first name and Nick's first name? Or I guess I should say, can I continue to? Because if this is weird and for some reason I get an email that's like, yeah, don't do that. That's weird. I don't like that. Oh, I will change it. Oh my God, I will change it. Remove it and I will change it. And all subsequent things will not include that at all because it's a character, right? It doesn't need to be a specific person because it's not a specific person. I do not know her. It is not based on her. It is based on the idealized. Yes, in this world too, um, there are individuals that also have similar sorts of things. But it also is. So, okay. So I'm going to talk to guidance here and just sort of ask like, is this okay? Is this an okay thing to do? It is weird. It is not mm, welcomed at this level or at this time. Okay. Remove, change names. Okay. And I'm going to do that. So, gonna change the name. What am I gonna change it to? Gonna change the name. Gonna change the name. And also gonna. In the wiki, I'm gonna leave it as maximalism just because correct. But this name is going to be instead. Okay, Teresa. It's just what came out. And over this one, it's going to be Jack. Okay. So the tea shop owners are now Teresa and Jack. Um, at present, they are. Are we all hybrids? Because that would actually be fun. We are, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. You were a human? Not anymore. This is my creative process, apparently. I haven't really had to do this. Like, I have things written out, but they were idealized versions, right? They were, I'm not going to do anything with this yet. I'm just going to get it out. And now that I'm here in this sort of like, is this okay? Is this not? Um, Really and truly, I guess what I'm admitting is like, I stole her idea for, it's a coffee shop that they are hoping to create someday. And as a fan, I hope to purchase a beverage from there. That sounds really fun. And I agree, maximalism spaces, yeah. Like you see my aesthetic. It's not whimsical, but it's I don't have the eye. I don't have the eye for stuff and I can't afford to like make over a space. If I could, I would hire her. Absolutely. That would be like seriously a dream, especially like you know, this is like the lottery dream, right? You have enough money to start the actual video game production company that you want to start, and then you hire different people that you are a fan of to like help make over the space so it feels cozy. Yeah, that's a lottery dream for me, for sure. But yes. Okay, okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you what hybrids these two are in this because I'm still noodling it. Um, And I gotta make sure we change the name to Jack, not Nick. Sorry about that. In my defense, though, and I'm gonna say this right now, I did not know that basically, like, it's not like half the men up here, but I swear New England and the name Nick, oh my God, there's so many. There's just so many here. Um, she hasn't even introduced herself yet. That's great. Okay, sorry, just reading through what I'd written so far. Um, Thank you for helping me because I was kind of going on a back and forth there as far as the like what feels right, you know? You're my friend. I'm talking to you, trying to see what's working for me here. Um and yeah, it's the taking of ideas commonplace all the time. And wanted a tea shop anyway. Wanted something that was cozy vibes, cozy space. Because inside the tea shop, um, so it's adorned, right? There's just like stuff everywhere. There's also all these little collectibles because in this world we are also in late stage capitalism. So little collectibles are just a thing, like a big thing. In this area, this whole village, it's a tourist area. It didn't used to be, but now it is. And with that tourism sort of boom, everyone's just like, you know what? Yeah. And so our characters, I'm trying to kind of tap in here. Originally in the tea shop, they both also created stuff, and I think that's their children do. Oh, kids? I'm finding this out as you are. They will not be introduced now. This is beginning introductions. Yeah, there's so much to this series and to these characters to everybody in Miss Fall Village. That's why it's so slow at the start. Like it's gonna be it's on PDF, so you know everything that you read is like by the time it's done, it's going to be like well over 1,000 pages, I'm sure. We're not even like halfway through day one. There was day zero and then day one for our adventures on this island, and it's been like 7 weeks now. So it's slow going, but intentional so that you get to know the characters and you get to know the setting. It sort of opens like a video game does. So you get to feel for the mechanics, then you really get into it, right? That way you're not goofing up. I don't know. You know what decisions you're making in different avenues and scenarios when things get really big. Um, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm glad I stopped. I'm glad I stopped and then like had this conversation with you. That was really helpful. I really hope that I have not offended someone that I'm a fan of. And also I'm an overly anxious person and this, in this economy, like in this internet world, it's hmm, swings of fandom are hit or miss, right? They kind of can be either well received or they can feel uh just all matter of wrong and inappropriate and overstepping, right? Um, yeah. So here's one thing I will say. Um, feel free to use it actually. If you actually, if anybody is opening like a tea shop or something, because this is now coming from my story, and you're welcome to it because I think it's fun. I'll just read you this. The adventurers gathered their things and headed down the street to Tea Time, a two-story house with a large bay window that had been converted into a beverage shop. The sign over the door was shaped like a tea kettle, and a plaque attached beneath it read, "Warm or cold, we have your liquid gold." Um, I know that's kind of like weird and pandery, but I liked it. I'm self-critical. Yeah. Yeah. The whole time I'm writing. It's why I like wait. It's why I wait until like, I get sorry, my hair just keeps the hat slides when I don't have my hair up in it. And so keep moving it because it like bothers me because I'm neurodivergent as fuck and every single thing that's on my skin, I can feel it all the time. Um, okay. All right. Okay. Well, the fire of a deadline is helpful for keeping certain creativity push through it feelings, because this is a hard thing to sort of reconcile with. Is I know that this is not an original idea of mine, and I kind of was trying to take a swing by using the original source like inspiration in it, which is really not advised. And it doesn't feel like it comes across as creepy, but also does, and I don't want that. I don't want to overstep, and I don't want to, yeah, all the things I've already said. I don't want to cause anything other than whimsical, oh, I love this, um, with anything I'm doing. So, yeah, I think this, yeah, thanks, Corbin. I think this was a good save. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for saving me from making a mistake here. Um, Oh, and all the collectibles though. So okay, definitely some that the kids will make, but there are like professional collectible creators. There's Makerspace on the island. There's like literally there's just little things. I doodled out some little characters. They're not going to be part of this week's, but they will be part of next week's. And you actually yourself are going to pick which one you want. Like actually, yeah, because I don't know, like even though it's a choose your own adventure story, like you're picking things on behalf of Myriam, and so why shouldn't you get to like have a collectible, right? Like you gotta fill Miriam's cottage with stuff. That's what you do in this world. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for that. And this is just one potential option of four different stores that they would have gone and visited and did stuff in. So if you're a person who likes to read all of the things and get all of the exposition, awesome. If you're someone who likes to be tried and true and be like, no, 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 I just followed this. That's all I am. You will get a little bit less of what the village has to offer, but it's not going to change the story, right? Can't really do that until it's actually the video game. Um, at which point your choices will have bigger impacts on like things that you can actually do that with in a video game that keeps track of things, not a PDF that you just keep reading. Okay, cool. Shorter one. I feel better. They are renamed. And honestly, the names and the fact that it was a beverage shop and maximalist in design and whimsical as fuck, that was kind of where that's where the comparisons completely ended entirely. Because you do things for the shop owner, for oh gosh, what have I renamed her? I already forgot. Sorry, Teresa. Okay. But it wants to come through as Teresa. Um, that's like the vibe, Teresa. Um, but my accent, Teresa. Um, but Teresa and Jack, tea shop owners, beverage shop owners, and they sell little collectibles because anything on a wall is for sale. Because it's a shop, so anything is potentially for sale in collectibles land. So it's just one of those spaces, right? It's one of those really cool, like, oh my God, I'm transported to a different place spaces. There aren't a lot of those on Misfall Village at all. And so, I mean, every space is kind of overflowing. This entire island is just full of people that there's just stuff. There's just stuff everywhere always. Um, but this one has a very specific and targeted thing to it, and some of these spaces are like shared spaces and third spaces and things that people do things in, and they'll probably who knows, who knows, right? Like I go way too far into the lore in my own mind. Um, just trying to ask what kind of hybrids? Because this is there's humans and then there's human animal hybrids, and I kind of like the idea of all of the shop owners for this particular um assignment to be hybrids, and there are some dog hybrids um on this island, but that's I'm gonna noodle on that one a little bit more. That'll be a surprise. So if you if you're curious about what I'm writing, patreon.com/Myriam's Quest. I do definitely get inspiration for individuals, but I can now. I hope this is like a legally binding thing to say. None of these characters are based on real people. They're based more so on ideas that come from inspired fandom. I mean, really, I can't base a character on a person. I don't know these people. Like, I don't know any YouTuber. I don't. I'm just pulling from where inspired who I would love to collaborate has now shown up in the work as it's shifted. And that's tricky. So, sometimes you just have to deconstruct your ideas a little bit and play around with them. And um, yeah, if under some weird synchronicity, again, Rachel, hi, if you would like to be a character in this and I rewrite this part, and or just add something else, like I would be happy to. I don't see, yeah, I literally am feeling into it, and that feels like not a possibility. I just felt like putting it out into the universe itself. So, from the ghost in Connecticut, because, yep, sorry, bad webcam and window. I'm not this kind of a professional. Anyway, all right. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. See you tomorrow, I guess, with stuff. Bye.